Okay, we're going to head into the second exercise of the week. This is going to be a simple shape tween. If you are watching this first, or you've watched Animated Basics and now we're on to this, I would highly suggest going back to the motion tween. Some basic things were introduced in that you're going to need for this. We're going to be doing what's called a shape tween. If you remember in one of my previous videos, I believe it was in the basics, I talked about the idea of this being a vector graphic. Vector graphics are created kind of, for lack of a better description, with math. The computer sort of reads information about a color, its position, etc. Computers are quite quick and good at math, so it can sort of change and sort of read this information very, very quickly. Animate works in a very similar way in the sense that we can sort of state, as we did with the motion tween, that we want something to be here. And in this case, with the shape tween, it's going to be look like this here and look like this there. Okay, so this is a slightly different way of animating. We're not going to work with the library on this one. We're going to draw directly on the stage. You'll see that the directions on this are fairly short, 17 steps instead of the much longer step by step for the motion tween, and a lot of that comes about because we're not using the library here. Okay, we're going to draw directly on the stage. So I've created a new file, an ActionScript 3.0 file, and Animate. I've left the sort of default size here and default background, etc. So we're going to move on to step 4. It says choose the oval tool in the toolbox. Then it says click, hold, and draw on the actual stage in the bottom left-hand corner, and we're going to draw a circle. Okay. I have this red left over from the exercise we did before, so I'm just going to keep that. Okay, so I'm going to draw directly on the stage here. You'll note that a keyframe was created up here. That's going to become important when we do our shape tween. Okay. So it said step 6 says this will create a new keyframe in frame 1 of layer 1, which is right there. Next it says move up to frame 60 and click on that frame, similar to what we did on the motion tween. And choose insert timeline, and this is going to become important, blank keyframe. Now, I want you to watch what happens here when I go to blank keyframe. Just like in the previous exercise, it extended the movie out to frame 60, but in this case, it left this keyframe blank. That's a good thing for this exercise. It brings that red ball all the way up to frame 59, and then we have a keyframe, but nothing is currently happening or sort of in that keyframe. Okay, and we're going to sort of insert that here in a second. It says step 10, while on the blank keyframe, choose the rectangle tool. Okay, so we have this tool right here. And it says draw a rectangle of a different color on that frame. So I'm going to first of all go in and change the fill color. And we were red, so let's go to green. Okay, so I'm going to draw a rectangle of a different color. Watch what happens up in that keyframe. It's filled. Okay, I put something in there. So now we currently have a red ball all the way up to frame 59 and a green rectangle at frame 60. I described in one of the earlier videos this idea of the tween, and in this case it's a little more unique in the sense that it's going to sort of make up the shape and also transition the color in between these frames. So I am going to, as step 11 says, choose any frame in between 1 and frame 60, okay, and it says insert shape tween. Okay, now we get a green color right here. Remember the motion tweens are blue, so if you see the green, you're going to note that that is a shape tween. Next it says we're going to save this file. So I'm going to go File, Save As. I highly suggest organizing, whether it's on your desktop or sorry, on a flash drive or in your USB drive of some sort. Exercises outside of projects, so we're gonna have project folders. So I'm gonna name this David Luke underscore, sorry, not motion, shape tween. I'm gonna hit save. You'll note that I can have multiple documents up here in Flash. Here's my old Motion Tween one. Now I have my Shape Tween one. And we're going to test the movie. But I'm going to sort of pull this and sort of see that, yep, it looks like it's working. It says choose animate, choose control test movie in animate. And there we have a Shape Tween. Now, reiterating that this function here creates a SWF, and you're going to want to take that SWF and hand it in. Okay, those are the files that I want. I don't really ever want your Flash files unless I'm fixing something, trying to figure something out for you. I'll ask you to send me your .fla file. Okay, so here we have a Shape Tween, pretty straightforward. There's 2 exercises. These, you know, depending on your your level of comfort with Animate and with computers in general, I would say you should get these done fairly quickly. Next week we're going to have much more complex exercises that are going to sort of move us towards hopefully thinking about our first project in a couple weeks. Email me with any questions. One quick note, it used to be, this is sort of a kind of a D2L thing, which is, and I'll sort of just bring it up over here. This is your Shape Tween that I was actually following. The drop boxes are in assignments. Those of you who are used to the Dropbox, these are submission folders. It's new to D2L or Brightspace. So when you're looking for where to hand stuff in, I believe you're going to, and I say believe because your student view is often different from mine, but I have an assignment here which is not really an assignment but rather just a Dropbox. Everything, as you will hopefully see here, is in content. So here are all your, here's your week 2 document. Here are your links down here, and here are your step-by-steps. Please email me with any questions. Week 2 sort of denotes what you have to get done. Watching the basics, watching the videos, and doing the exercises. So that's it for week 2. Again, email me with any questions. If it's something that I see many people are having issue with, or perhaps I didn't explain something specific, I will sort of post a quick update later. But I think these directions, both between the step-by-step and the videos, should be sufficient. Good luck, and again, email me with any questions.